Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be reading The Creature from the Black Pond, a tale from The World's Worst Monsters by David Walliams. Here we go. The water in the pond had turned black. It wasn't really water anymore. It was a thick, dark sludge. Nothing could survive in it. The fish and frogs had died off years before. Even the water lilies had disappeared under the surface, never to be seen again. The pond was just one small part of an unloved garden. It was a jungle of weeds and stinging nettles, with the tallest tree you ever did see looming at the end. The tree was barren of leaves, just an endless knot of dead wood. It was the garden of an old country house, long forgotten in the deep dark countryside. It had been left to rot for 100 years. It was now crumbling wreck. Floorboards were broken. Wallpaper was peeling from the walls. Windows were cracked or boarded up. It wasn't really a home, but it was the only one Sally had. The girl was an orphan and had been sent to live with her grandmothers who loved each other with a passion. Sometimes you have a nice grandmother and a nasty one. A nice one who gives you fudge and a nasty one who then snatches it out of your hand. Sally had two nasty ones. The grandmothers lived together out of convenience. It was cheaper to share the cost of the bills. Not that they ever lit the fire or ran a hot bath. They could afford to. Under their beds they kept old leather suitcases stuffed full of cash. They were just too mean. Their names were Grandma Grub and Grandma Grot. It was easy to remember who was who. Grandma Grub looked like an unformed beetle. Meanwhile, Grandma Grot was so filthy a cloud of dirt followed her around like a bad smell. A bad smell followed her around, too. They were the nastiest grandmas in the history of grandmadom. The grandmas were nasty to each other. They would put electric eels down each other's toilets so when they sat down to go, they received electric shocks on their bottoms. Buzz! They were nasty to strangers. Strangers. If anyone dared knock on their front door asking for charity donations, they would pelt them with rotten eggs, then steal their collection tins. Crack! They would also the animals. If a cat dared find its way into the garden, the grandmas would squirt water at it with the hose. Sploosh! They were nasty to their friends. Oh no, hang on, they didn't have any friends. Grub and Grot were far too nasty for that. However, they saved up for all the nastiness for one person, and one person only. Their granddaughter, Sally. They had taken the orphan in purely for her to become their servant. The poor girl had to do everything for their grandmothers. Grate the dead skin off the bottom of their feet with a cheese grater. Pick their noses for 'em. On her birthday, she was told she could eat the bogies as a special tasty treat, but Sally declined a kind offer. Pluck the hair out of their chins, and then stick 'em in a scrapbook to save for posterity. Clean the filth out of their fingernails with the end of a pencil. Suck the wax out of the ears with a straw. Because of her grandma's nastiness, Sally's life became miserable. She wasn't allowed to go to school as she had work to do. She was forbidden from leaving the house unless she was told to run an errand for the old ladies. The only time Sally had to herself was around midnight. All the chores would be done. Grub and Grunt would be fast asleep by then. She had until dawn before they shouted at her for their breakfast in bed. So at night, Sally would lose herself in the tangled garden. She always found herself being drawn towards the black pond. Occasionally, she would witness a bubble pop on the surface, or a shape twist in the depths. Swoosh! Or the sludge rise in an instant and spill over the sides of the pond. Splodge! Over time, she became convinced that something was living in there. One night, something horrible happened. A webbed hand appeared out of the primordial sludge. "Ah!" screamed Sally, dashing back to the house. She ran upstairs to the grandmother's bedroom and, without knocking, burst through their door. "Wake up! There's a monster!" she cried. "A monster in the pond!" "How dare you wake us up!" bellowed Grub from their four-poster bed, which is now a three-poster, as one of the posts had snapped off. "This girl needs a good thrashing." "That can wait. Please, this is serious. Deadly serious. I just saw a monster in the pond." "Little liar," snorted Grub. "Thrashing's too good for her. Needs a good boot off the bottom," added Grosh. "Listen to me. For once he lies. Please, just listen to me. I'm not lying." Exactly what a liar would say. Hard to argue with that. "I promise. I swear on my rotten little life. There's a real-life monster out there. Please, come and see for yourselves," cried Sally. The old ladies harumphed and slid out of bed. Huff! Arming themselves with a walking stick and an umbrella, the grandmother stalked out of the house. They beat their way through the overgrown plants and stopped towards the pond. Of course, now this creature was nowhere to be seen. "So where is this creature of yours, Sally?" grunted Croy. "It was here, I promise." "We should lock her up in the dungeon for a week for getting us out of bed like this," hissed Grub. "I promise you, there was something down there. Look." The two old ladies peered down into the black sludge. It was still as ice. "There was nothing down there," exclaimed Grunt. "See?" With that, she putted her walking stick hard down into the pond. Two webbed hands grabbed on to the end of it and would not let go. "It wants me walking stick," protested Grunt. "Phoenix monster! Well, don't just stand there. Help me!" The other two held on to Grot, but all three were no match for whatever was down there. The green red hand yanked hard on the stick. "Let go, Grandma!" cried Sally. "I'll read the rest tomorrow." Like, sub, click the bell. Bye-bye.